Hey, Gabriel here with the Icon Capture Jeep's intelligence brief for May 21st, 2026. All right, government affairs directors and influence practitioners. We need to talk because this is one of those boards where if you only look at the opportunity count, you are going to misread the market. Here's what I want to do with you today. I want to walk through the new opportunity flow, the legislative and executive movement, the regulatory and court signals, and then bottom line what this means if you're actually managing a portfolio right now and trying to decide where to lean in, where to stay patient, and where you may be kidding yourself. Before we start, this is the last brief before this terrain window narrows. 2 seats left in the GPS Terrain Movement Review. Terrain Update, 2,000 new opportunities. Who moved and who didn't? That signal is what opened this session, and it will not repeat the same way tomorrow. Code GPS 100 at the-icon.ai/capture. Now, let's read the board. So let's get right to the facts. Over the last 168 hours, GPS surfaced 2,000 new opportunities posted on SAM.gov, 3675 legislative signals, 0 federal hiring signals across 0 agencies, 24 C-SPAN captures, and all of that is happening while market BCL is 0% with 0 agencies stalled under the continuing resolution. The opportunity flow over the past 168 hours has been nothing short of dynamic, with 2,000 new opportunities entering the landscape. Yet, when we zoom in on the top postings, we see a curious repetition. The CBP Design Build Construction ID appears multiple times, raising questions about market saturation or perhaps a signaling glitch. This prompts a deeper dive into the capture ticker, which helps us discern not just the volume but the essence of these opportunities. Raw numbers alone can be misleading. They might suggest a bustling market when in reality, accessibility is a different story. In the current arc of regulatory and court signals, the absence of executive, FR, DFARS, and court opinion activity suggests a lull in top-down directive changes, though this doesn't mitigate the compliance friction many are bracing for. The BCL percentage sitting at 0 implies a lack of bounce-back capacity in the compliance landscape, indicating that while opportunities are plentiful, they may not be easily actionable without higher baseline compliance leverage. It's a scenario that could lead to protest risks if not navigated carefully. For government affairs directors and influence practitioners, the takeaway is clear. While the board is buzzing with activity, the challenge lies in distinguishing between mere quantity and genuine quality. The potential for protest risks and compliance hurdles can't be overlooked, especially when top opportunities seem to be clustered under repetitive titles without disclosed amounts. Reading this policy tape carefully will help navigate these waters, ensuring that stakeholders don't merely chase volume but align with accessible, actionable opportunities. Turning to secondary signals, the absence of terrain holes suggests a relatively stable landscape, yet it's counterbalanced by a flat hiring spread. No new hiring activity or agency expansion signals a cautious approach from government entities, likely waiting for clearer regulatory directions. This stability or stagnation, depending on perspective, provides clues for market mispricing. The lack of new agency hires suggests potential underinvestment in areas poised for growth once regulatory clarity emerges. Court opinions and lobbying clusters are notably absent, indicating a pause in reactive market adjustments. For influence practitioners, this signals a prime opportunity to engage proactively rather than reactively. With lobbying activity at a standstill, it suggests a window for shaping the narrative and setting the agenda, especially in areas where compliance friction is anticipated but not yet fully realized. Professionals who read this tape will notice the nuanced implications of these secondary signals. The lack of immediate executive and judicial movement may lead some to overlook the latent potential within the current landscape. Smart portfolio moves involve strategic positioning in anticipation of eventual shifts, leveraging the current stability to build influence and readiness for when the regulatory signals start to change lanes. Those who can interpret this quiet as an opportunity rather than a stalemate will be best positioned to capitalize on the next wave of market dynamics. The current government affairs landscape is a dynamic market characterized by rapid regulatory shifts and evolving stakeholder expectations. As professionals navigating this space, you should be asking, how are regulatory signals influencing compliance strategies? What are the potential protest risks in our current initiatives? Are we adequately prepared for sudden shifts in policy lanes that could affect our positioning? With zero stalled agencies and a clean terrain, the focus must be on maintaining agility and foresight to leverage opportunities and mitigate risks effectively. Last thing before I sign off, and I want to be direct. 2 seats left in the GPS Terrain Movement Review. When this window closes, the terrain that justified it moves on. Tomorrow's signal will be different. The next session will read a different board. If the brief we just walked through gave you a reason to act, now is the time. Code GPS 100, communities.theicon.ai/capture the-govcon-elite. 64 million records, 4 verticals ready. Provenance traced from bill to award. Like and subscribe if you're managing a federal grant, research, GovCon, or commercial portfolio. I drop a new GPS brief every weekday. All links, terminal preview, Shipley sessions, live cohort calendar, and the full brief are at communities.theicon.ai/capture/the-govcon-elite. Register free, and it's all there. This is Gabriel. I'll see you tomorrow. Just a quick note, you will be disconnected in